Okay, kids, today we are working on, I don't know, 03 or 04 Mitsubishi Endeavor. This is the SUV looking thing. What we're doing here is outside exterior door handles. On this one, what happens is they break off. This piece will be completely gone. The handle just breaks really easy on these damn things. This vehicle has 3 that are broken, both passenger side and the driver's side. The point of this one is I'm going to show you the driver's side pieces of information you might need. Now, these are the tools to which I used to accomplish this. Got a Phillips head. There is one screw that's in the door handle area. It goes into this, but through there into the door handle. It's pretty easy to get out. Then there are also in the door panel 2 others. Now I got to hang them from the wires because I had to plug it in for a second. There are also 2 Phillips head. A number 2 Phillips worked for me, although the 2 that are in the door pole, you might want to go up to one size larger on screwdriver. I was having a little trouble getting them out, but either way. Other tool, you're going to need some sort of a pry bar. This is just my old bent up thing. Preferably the nylon ones, they make less marks. This is not a beautiful vehicle, so I'm not too worried about it. I mean, it's got rust, got dents, so any little marks or marks, I'm not too overly concerned on this situation. Once you get that done, what you're going to want to do, what I did anyway, is I took a razor knife. Whatever. You know how a utility knife works. And I gently cut the nasty rubber crap all the way around just to peel this back somewhat. And then you will need this tool here. I use this. Now you might get, no, I think you're pretty much stuck with a 1/4 drive. A 1/4-inch drive ratchet with a 10mm and an extension. You don't need the extension for all the bolts, but you put it on, you can use it for everything. Smartest thing you can do, you don't have to do this. I actually managed to do it without, but I was having trouble with the middle bolt. So anyway, take the glass out. Now right now the glass is sitting here at this goofy angle in the door. Lower the window, which is why the power window thing is plugged in. Lower the window down to about yay, and you can access the 2 screws on the power or the glass itself. Undo those, and then lower the glass, twist it until you can get access to your bolts. You have one right here on your handle, one right here, and a 3rd one, which can only be accessed. It's pretty deep up in there, so it's below the yellow thing, right about there. Anyway, you're going to want to flick. Now with the glass out of the way, this is very easy. Initially I put this handle in with the glass in place, and to accomplish that I had to use on the middle bolt a ratcheting wrench. So if you didn't want to pull the glass out, you could do that. I highly recommend doing it. It's 2 screws. It makes it way fucking easier. Why fight hard? Then, the only thing that was hard, now this one broke apart pretty completely. I mean, it was a piece of shit. Tips to know about. These things, on this situation, I don't know what I did with it, but right here, the metal boss that's in here, rusted in here. When it rusted, it expanded because rust expands out. Crack the plastic, because this is some shitty plastic. This one's cracked, but it didn't spin, and it spun inside the door handle. So my only option at that point was basically I ripped this door handle off from the outside and broke it, and then grabbed that metal pressed in nut with vice grips and unscrewed it that way. Getting the lock in place. Getting the old one out. This one, because it totally broke, really wasn't that tough. This stayed with the vehicle, and I used, last thing I used in for this was I used this little pick to pry this little horseshoe retainer. There's the back side of it here. But it was rusted in pretty good, so pry the little clip out and the lock cylinder slid right out. There is a little swing plastic clip that locks onto a rod on there. When I put it in, I put the door handle basically in place, had locked in the lock cylinder into the handle. Once that was locked into the handle, then I fished it through just enough, and then pushed the rod clip into it while it was still from the outside. I don't know if I know I'm not explaining that for shit, but you're just gonna have to figure it out. Be careful. That rod is probably about the hardest thing you'll end up doing it by doing it this way. All the other doors, this is the only door with lock cylinder, so that's the hardest part of the whole operation. If you can overcome that on the driver's side, the other doors will be cake. I presume the driver's side is going to be identical without the lock, and the rear door, I don't expect it to be tough, other than sometimes it's a little tough up in this, when there's this cavity right here, but we'll see. Hope this helps somebody at some point in time, and once again, like always, peace out, bitches.